please forgive my appearance and my setting. I am crusty and dusty and I'm sitting on my bedroom floor. We've all been there doing a book review, okay? Oh yeah, that's what we're doing, a book review. So my appearance and my location does not matter. The topic at hand, this book, Tasha Alexander's and Only to Deceive. It is a suspense novel based in the late 1800s. It is about a woman who is in the elitist society of London. She marries a man that she doesn't really know, because that's how it went. Then he passes away shortly after their marriage. She doesn't grieve him because she doesn't know him. Later, as in years, she finds and looks through his belongings, reads about him, learns more about him, mysteries unfold, old friends of his come forth as characters, mysteries and stuff get mysterious and things. Overall, I would give this book a 3.5. Why, you might ask? Let me tell you. But I didn't have much uproaring feeling in my little heart. A 5-star book for me is something that pulls at my little thumper in my chest, makes me feel something for the characters. It makes an impact. I'll think about the book for a while after I read it, or I'll want to learn more about the author. I want to read more. And this is no way dissing the author. This was a good book. This was a good read. I will say that I was gonna just give it a 3, but I gave it a 3.5 because I was in a reading slump. All year I haven't read like one book. I even started to read my favorite childhood book, Island of the Blue Dolphins, and I wasn't feeling like encouraged at all. So I thrifted this book, and this book kept my attention. So I gave it another 1/2 star because it kept my attention. I read the whole 300-page book while coming out of a book slump. So, thank you. That was good. So let's talk about the things that I did like about the book. 1, it is about a woman in the late 1800s. It talks very much about women's role in society, and I love how the book gave different perspectives from different women, either them agreeing with society's rules, the rules of society, or women bashing them, saying that they're silly, stupid little rules that women shouldn't have to adhere to. I agree, but it was nice to see the different perspectives of women because their life circumstances is what has built their opinions on things. So it was nice to see different characters' viewpoints. I liked it. I did also enjoy how it was a romance, but it was a tasteful romance. It didn't have any weird, spicy scenes. It didn't have any moments that made me feel uncomfortable. You root for certain people to get together or whatever, but it wasn't ugly spicy. It wasn't bad. I liked it. I felt like there was just enough tension and romance to make it tasteful, but not horrifying. I will say a lot of people probably think this when they were reading period pieces, but the dialogue of the book was really good. It might be really hard. Like right now I'm picking up Pride and Prejudice. It's probably going to take me a little bit to read that, but I want to get it done. But I'm probably going to have a hard time being like, okay, what in the world does this one person mean? What is going on right now? This book, though a period piece, people are speaking in a way that you understand. The author has written it very clearly. Whenever there are conversations, it is very clear what the people are saying and meaning. The description between dialogue is very clear. The scenes are laid out. You completely understand everything that's going on. It is very easy to read and understand with the dialogue, and the author sets the scene really good. I was very easily able to envision the conversations, the scenes, how the people moved throughout the story or different scenes and stuff. Very clear, especially with the dialogue. So it's very easy to read and understand in that way. So the next thing that I really liked about the book, and this is probably the biggest one for me that I liked, is the idea of grief, but in a different way. You're looking at grief through a different light. You're looking at a different form of grief. This is talked about on the back of the book. This isn't spoilers, but if you want to skip a little bit and see when I stop yapping about it, cool. So in this story, she doesn't really know her husband when he passes away. She doesn't have any personal connection to him. They didn't even honestly really talk that much, just because that's how it was at the time. But after he passes and she gets to know him and things unfold and she learns things that maybe she wouldn't if he hadn't passed or whatever. She gets to know this person, and then she grieves the idea that she could have been married to this person. She could have had a life with this person. Things could have been so different. And so she grieves the idea of this marriage, and she talks a lot about it. It doesn't go super, it's not like a deep dive into the idea of this form of grief. She talks about what could have been and how it affects her even years later. Okay, time for the bad stuff. Even though the bad stuff isn't really bad stuff, and this is just my opinion as to why I didn't personally love this book, and that's okay. Let's begin. Number 1, there was the word female on the first page as women being referred to as female. I almost closed the book and stopped reading. I hate that so much. I hate that so much. But I kept reading, and I further discovered the context of why the author used that, and I had to think about the time that it was said, and the author really only used the word female referring to women, like, I don't know, maybe 2 or 3 times. It really wasn't anything crazy. Another thing that I didn't necessarily love, but other people could love it so much, if you're really into like Greek philosophy, you might tear up this book, devour it if you will. There was just a lot of talk of Greek philosophy in this book because, as you'll see on the back of the book, her late husband liked to collect antiques that were, they call them antiques. I wouldn't imagine calling like Greek statues like antiques, but that's what they're referred to as. And so the book has a lot to do around Greek philosophy, any form of like Greek media and stuff like that. And so there's a lot of Greek talk in the book. And sometimes I'm like, I don't really need to know in this like this much detail, or like I feel like this doesn't have anything to do with the problem at hand. But it wasn't terrible. I just kind of didn't care much for it. One of the things that I also, when it comes to text-wise, sometimes, like I said before, the dialogue's really easy to understand, like to read, but sometimes when there would be conversations, it would be he said, she said, they said, he said, she said, like it was line of dialogue, back and forth, not saying, I said this piece of description, then he said this, like it was just line, almost like a script, but without telling you who's saying what. So sometimes when I was reading it, if there was like a really big chunk of that, I had to go back and go, okay, who started this? Okay, this was him, this was her, this, and so that got a little confusing, but it wasn't terrible. Last thing is just my personal preference. In the book and throughout the book, there are excerpts from the journals that are talked about on the back, and I just feel like they don't really add that much. I feel like maybe the author wanted us to have some piece of the character to see how he felt, or maybe she wanted us to see what was being talked about in the book. But to be honest, I didn't feel like it did that much for me. I don't feel like I gained anything from them. So that's all I have to say about the book. It was good. I'll give it, like I said, a 3.5. Very easy to read, kept my attention. I liked the story, I liked the characters. I listed what I did like and what I didn't like. But overall, it was pretty good. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a thumbs up down below. Maybe even comment your favorite book, a book you recommend, maybe a book you don't recommend, maybe your favorite color, I don't know, whatever you want. You can subscribe if you'd like. I just started this channel, so there's not a lot of content, but I will be posting a lot of travel content soon. I post vlogs, and hopefully I'll start making different types of content as well. My favorite content I'm looking forward to creating is my travel vlog with my fiance. We are going on a road trip from the state of Georgia, where we currently live, to my home state of Vermont to visit my hometown. And we're gonna be, like I said, road tripping, driving the whole way there. It's gonna be really fun and awesome. I'm gonna record all of it for you guys. So if you'd like to see that, please go ahead and subscribe. You can turn on notifications if you like. Thank you for watching. I hope you have a good day, and I will see you next time. Bye! Mwah.